Alrighty guys, welcome back to Star Wars Review. Today I'm going to be doing a video on, what I want to see or my hopes for, I don't know, I'm going to be titling it, for the newly announced animated series, Star Wars The Bad Batch. It was announced this past Monday to air on Disney Plus in 2021, and we'll follow the, Clone Force 99, The Bad Batch, just as the series is called, Star Wars: The Bad Batch. They were introduced in the first 4 episodes of season 7 of Star Wars: Clone Wars, which just aired earlier this year. So yeah, I'm excited for it. Honestly, I would have been more excited for a Rebels follow-up, but that still might be coming. This series is actually leaked, I guess, by it was like Kessel Run Transmission or something like that. They leaked the series and also mentioned a Rebels follow-up too, so that might still be happening. But but today I'm just gonna be talking about stuff I want to see in the Bad Batch series. Obviously, see more of the Bad Batch, and whatnot, but I do want to see more of the backstory. How I don't know. Obviously, don't know how this series will be structured. If it'll be like arcs, like the Clone Wars, if it'll be more of a continuous story, like Rebels and Resistance and whatnot. So yeah, obviously, if it's like arcs, then I wouldn't mind going back in time to stuff before their episodes of the Clone Wars. But I do want to see more of their backstory. How they were genetically modified and whatnot. And just to have more depth to their characters. Obviously Echo's gonna be there in the show, I would assume. He'll probably be the main character. But obviously the other Bad Batch members, Hunter, Wrecker, Tech, and Crosshair, very obviously more one-dimensional characters, very tropey, I guess. I don't know, a lot like just random. They're like an action movie team, like the A-Team, I guess. Because obviously Wrecker, he's like the big guy who's a bit stupid, and then Tech is the the smart dude with glasses. Crosshair's the quiet sniper character, and Hunter's like the main leader dude who's really cool and whatnot. Obviously he looks a lot like Rambo, he'd say, but just obviously adding more backstory to them, giving them some more depth there, and obviously I would assume, an event like Order 66 would probably, change them as characters more. But not just give their characters more dimensions, I guess. Because, how they were in the Clone Wars episodes worked. It, worked for me. They're fun and whatnot, but obviously they're not, with how their characters are in those episodes, they're not the type of characters I would think could really lead a, series by themselves. But yeah, obviously, like the Clone Wars, for characters like Anakin, who isn't my favorite in the movies, but I really like him in the Clone Wars, and whatnot. I can obviously really improve on their characters, just add more to them. But yeah, the show, obviously, the Bad Batch are clones. Obviously, they're like, genetically modified or whatever, but one thing I do hope to see is more clones in the series, and, what kind of happens to them after Order 66. How, obviously we know the Empire phased them out in place of stormtroopers, but I kind of want to see how that, happens, and, how other clones react to it and whatnot. That's one really, hoping for, and obviously, the direct aftermath of episode 3, really, of Order 66, outside of, episode 3 and Clone Wars, it's, there's obviously the Vader comic series from 2017, the Kanan comic series, the Ahsoka novel, all in canon. Obviously, there's a lot of legend stuff, but, in canon, that area has been fleshed out for the clones. So, I'm very excited to see kind of how they're, with their reaction to it after the fact and whatnot, which ones, because, obviously Rex, Wolf, and Gregor, from Rebels, and obviously with Rex, from Clone Wars, that have their chips removed, and obviously, I don't know if like the Bad Batch, how if they have chips or not, if they get removed, just see which other clones learn about it and whatnot. And be really interested to see about that. Just how the clones and whatnot. Obviously, I would assume some clones would be staying loyal to the Empire. Cool to see Cody after Order 66, and obviously we see him in the movie, but just see if he stays loyal to the Empire. Obviously, I would assume he probably does, and could be the more main antagonist of the series, but yeah. And then other stuff. This is something I don't want a lot of, but obviously a little bit of Jedi stuff. I don't want the story to be about clones hunting Jedi. That would be cool, but I don't know if I really want that fully with this series. I want the story to be very much about the clones. Like I said earlier, dealing with the aftermath of Order 66. I don't really want to see Ahsoka in the series. I mentioned Rex earlier, and I do want to see Rex, Wolf, Gregor, those clones and the others. See how they're doing, but Ahsoka, I'm fine if she's not in it. Because it seems like we'll be getting her in The Mandalorian and possibly a Rebels follow-up, and she's in this. I feel like that's too much Ahsoka. It's not a character I want to be seeing all the time, but I would take other Jedi, like Quinlan Voss. We know he survives Order 66. Don't know how. Be neat to see how. I've seen a few other Jedi too, maybe like 2 or 3 more other ones, but I don't want it to be too much about the Jedi. I want it to be very much about the clones. Because in the Clone Wars, my favorite thing was the clones. So, yeah. And yeah, obviously, also for like visual style, I would assume it would be exactly like the Clone Wars Season 7, which is what I want. Obviously, if you could tweak it a little bit, but definitely for like the lighting and whatnot, and all of that, I just want that. I'm fine with changing art style maybe a little bit, but keep it similar to that. Obviously, if it was a Rebels follow-up, I'd want it to be, obviously as good as the animations from Season 7, but just kind of different art style, a little more, I don't know. Yeah, I definitely want, that to stay the same and everything else. But yeah, and obviously the things I mentioned earlier were the big things I want to see, but Yeah, obviously we know the Bad Batch are going to be running mercenary missions. I would assume that, I don't know how many seasons this series will be. If it's, you know, several, then obviously the first season, I would assume it'll probably be a lot more about the Bad Batch and, running those mercenary missions. I, don't know if they'll be loyal to the Empire or not. Who knows? But it'd be cool if they obviously are, if they are loyal to the Empire, and then maybe they, Rex finds them and gets them to join their side. And if that is the case, it would be neat if some of the members of the Bad Batch, join Rex, but then some of them stay loyal to the Empire. But it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. It seems like they're not going to be like joining the Empire's ranks and whatnot. But yeah, I'll just very interested in just clones and how they'll react to it and all. And if we get to see much of that, obviously the show could just entirely be about the Bad Batch running mercenary missions, which I wouldn't be too much into that if that's just the entirety of the show. But I've really hit everything I wanted to talk about. Obviously there's stuff what I would like to see, like, but like more end of series stuff. We need to see something like obviously this is, I don't know, like once the clones are completely phased out and they kind of maybe try to, I don't know, like a battle between them and like stormtroopers would be neat to see. But yeah, other than just more backstory for the Bad Batch and just how the clones react to Order 66, those are two biggest things I want to see. So yeah, if I think of anything else, I'll throw it right in now. But yeah. So yeah, I'll be doing reviews of this once the series comes out. I'd probably say maybe spring 2021, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. The trailer might not come out till maybe near the end of the year, so yeah. But I probably won't be doing another video on this till then, unless some other news drops. But well, I will be doing one on Monday for Weekly Stars recap. But yeah. Other than that, I've been Star Wars Vino. I'll catch you guys in the next one.
We have more than a dozen active battlefronts, and we are losing nearly every one.
Let's take a small squad behind enemy lines. If we're going to find intel, it'll be there. What squad are we taking in? Clone Force 99. They call themselves the Bad Batch.